commitments later on in the evening, so thank you so much for taking time out. Well, I'll just take off from, one aspect. The minister in the discussion with Nalin referred to the 1 trillion target. And I think it's important if India is to reach the Vikasit Bharat goal by 2047, it's important that UP also hit the 1 trillion. I think you're about 1/3 of the way there, if you're not mistaken. Sure. Can you talk a bit about that?
So, Viksit Bharat 2047 is a dream which has been seen by the Honorable Prime Minister, and he announced that on the Independence Day, 15th August, few years ago. How many of you know what Viksit Bharat is? Can somebody raise a hand? What is Viksit Bharat? What does Viksit Bharat mean in terms of money value? Anyone? Anyone in the audience? So, Viksit Bharat in money value, what the Honorable Prime Minister has said is that we have to be, in 100 years, a developed country. Yeah. A developed country means per capita income should be equivalent to what developed countries have. So he has fixed a target of 30 trillion as the base for the economy in 2047. And with that in background, we in Uttar Pradesh, our Chief Minister, our Prime Minister is from Uttar Pradesh. So our Chief Minister said that why should UP be behind? We are almost about 18 to 20% of the population. So if in 2047, India reaches 30 trillion, we being 1/5 of India in terms of population, and we are the most youthful population in the country, why should we not be 1/5 of that target? And so 6 trillion is what our Chief Minister has enunciated, in line with what the Prime Minister has already given as the target for the entire country. Now, 6 trillion by 2047 is the long-term target. But our Chief Minister, again, about 2 to 3 years ago, was the first Chief Minister who said that let us take our state to a situation where we achieve a $1 trillion economy for the state itself. And I can say this for sure, Maharashtra has the largest state GSDP. We are somewhere with Tamil Nadu second or third. And right now we have achieved almost about $350 billion in terms of
that's right, yeah.
the state GSDP as on March 2025. And this is equivalent to about 29.6 lakh crore rupees. We will, as our Chief Minister has announced, we will reach about 36 lakh crores by the end of this year, which is March 2026. And that will cross $400 billion in terms of state GSDP. There are two other numbers which are important for you to understand. And because we are speaking of Moneycontrol, we are speaking of manufacturing, we are speaking of electronics and the area of semiconductors. So, one, in 2017, the state per capita income was somewhere between 45,000 rupees to less than 50,000 rupees. And today, in 2025, our per capita income has reached 1.2 lakh rupees. Now, this is almost 2 times plus, and this is the highest achievement which is possible for any state. Yeah. But what is more important is, when in 1970 we compare what UP was, UP's per capita income was 80% of the national average. We slowly and gradually came down till 2017. Our per capita income became only 50% of the national average. But in the last 8 years, this trend has now reversed. We have now started increasing our contribution to the national economy as well. Our per capita income has now started reaching the national average. Last year we are about 53%. We are growing faster than the national average. Our nominal growth is more than 50%, 15%. But even with this nominal growth, we will find it difficult to achieve a 1 trillion. Our nominal growth has to become 20%. And this is where important sectors which are important for us are tourism, where we have done extremely well. I am sure in this audience, how many of you have been to the Kumbh? Kumbh, Allahabad, Prayag. How many of you have been to Ayodhya, Ram Mandir? How many of you have been to Kashi? quite a few. So tourism has done extremely well. We have seen, we are going to achieve about 100 crore tourists in UP in the current year. But the areas where we need to work are manufacturing and in the area of IT, and that is the reason why it is so important today that UP Tech Next has taken this agenda on board of electronics and semiconductor. I'm very happy. Congratulate you for that.
Thank you, Awasthi ji. I think that's quite a lot. So what role does semiconductors and electronics specifically play in this 1 trillion target?
Sir,
these are high value-added industries, and already in when it comes to cell phones, 50% of India's cell phones are made in UP, which is something.
We again, I'll come back to what the Honorable Prime Minister said in this Independence Day. We have missed the bus in India in case we need to move forward. Any country in the world, and you can see comparisons, any country in the world moves forward only when they have technology, which is research, as well as manufacturing. We in India are weak on manufacturing, as well as we don't have the high-end technologies, or we don't have the expertise to develop such high-end technologies. So I'm very happy that the Honorable Prime Minister this time has very clearly enunciated that semiconductors is an area where we need to move forward. We have to get our chips made for ourselves because we are one of the largest consumers of chips in the world. Second, we have to have our jet engines. We are the largest, we are the people who use the largest number of commercial planes in the world. We should have our own security network so that we have a what he called as Iron Dome sort of arrangement, Sudarshan Chakra, so that we are secure for the times to come. Because we obviously, the moment we start growing, we will be a threat to the large nations. So there will be threats to us, and that requires a lot of work in the defense area. So what I would like to say is in semiconductors, everything that you can think of today of use in daily life requires chips. You all know how and what the problems arrived in when we had COVID, where we had a short supply of chips. So it is here where efforts have to be made. I'm so very happy that very soon the HCL Foxconn project has been approved by the UP cabinet. It has gone to the government of India. Very soon we will see the work start on the ground. Large other projects are also being envisaged. And I'm so very happy to say that again, Jewar Airport, which is going to come in the NCR area, it is going to be one of the largest airports of Asia. This airport and the adjoining areas of NCR with their industrial backup in Yamuna Expressway, in Greater Noida, and in the new Noida areas will ensure that we have a manufacturing base which will be good, not just for semiconductors, but for electronics also.
So, how soon do you think HCL Foxconn will start? There's also another which has been approved, which involves Hiranandani's, right? Or
yes.
That's also,
yes.
Where does that stand?
So, as far as HCL Foxconn is concerned, only yesterday I came to know because there was a conference on IT regarding our Viksit UP campaign. So, I am told that their financial arrangement, the agreement between the government of India and the company has to be executed very soon. That is expected to be done. So I expect in the next 2 to 3 months, actual work on the ground will start. Land has already been allotted. The state government has already given its clearance. And obviously our state government policy goes beyond what is provided by government of India. As regards Hiranandani, they are also the new policies that we have for the GCC, the new existing policy for data centers, all of those are going to be pushed very hard. We expect that large and big projects to come up, not just in the NCR area, but maybe also in the Lucknow area. We are proposing AI city at Lucknow. So that is also in the annual, and we are going to get public-private participation so that we follow a model which has been executed in other parts of India also.
Right. So I'll ask you sort of a last couple of questions. One, it was covered in the earlier discussion also, but one criticism is that there are incentives being offered by the UP government, and a lot of the capital costs are being picked up by the central government and the UP government combined. And there's some thought process that that could be excessive. What are your comments on that?
Sir, how many of you know that which is the largest budget of any state in the country? UP. And we have a budget which is more than 8 lakh crores. In fact, about 8 lakh 10,000 crores. So we have the largest budget in the country. How many of you know that the largest capital budget in the country is Uttar Pradesh, which is 2 lakh crores? We have been part of the development process of our state. And I can tell you, whether it is the power sector, whether it is the expressway sector, whether it is the tourism sector, whether it is making Kashi Vishwanath Dham, any of the sectors that you can think of, and of course the sector for semiconductors and electronics, money is not the issue. The issue is how to get the projects on the ground, and that is where a lot of effort is being made by the Chief Minister, the entire team in industry to take things forward. We have a surplus budget, and these are the figures by AG. We have a surplus budget where the Finance Minister, if he was here, would tell you that we have a surplus currently of about 55 to 60,000 crores. So the budget is there. We need to push forward and use that budget. And so money is not an issue for us.
Two quick questions.
And the two reasons why is, one, the revenue collections is one area where our Chief Minister has been very harsh. So our excise revenues have become 4 times of what they were in 2017. Our mining revenue has become 3 times of what it was there in 2017. Our revenue in GST, of course, that takes time, but that has also increased tremendously in our state. Our revenue from transport collection has also increased 2 times in the last 7 or 8 years. So our revenue collections also have been one of the most positive. We are a state which is revenue surplus, and I did 80,000 crores of roads, and there was not a single day where I had any issues on getting finances for financing a road. In fact, my finance department sometimes would tell me that here you are getting 3,000 crores, please use it as fast as possible so that we can give you the next installment. So money is not the issue. The issue is to get the projects on the ground and move fast.
So Andhra Pradesh saw this big investment by Google in data centers.
Yes.
And anything happening?
Sir, that is a strategy that they have followed, that for private sector they are offering land for free. And that is one strategy which obviously UP, a state where our land is very fertile, we have very costly land. Our NCR area land is costly. Land in and around Lucknow or any of the urban areas is costly. But our Chief Minister has already taken this challenge, and very soon we are going to come up with strategies where the private partners become partners in our project. So ultimately, upfront, they will not be charged for the land, but over a period of time, the project, as it moves forward and makes money, the lease rent for the land will be collected, and that will ensure that upfront cost of land does not come and reflect on the investor.
Are you finding it difficult to compete with the kind of incentives some states are offering?
Sir, our incentives are one of the best. We have 33 policies in our state, and I did 2 policies for our state as Power Secretary just before I retired. And I can tell you, in the solar policy now, we were way behind in the solar sector in Uttar Pradesh, but we are now challenging the larger states. And in fact, in rooftop solar, the PM solar, we are the maximum in the entire country. In CBG, compressed biogas, we are the topmost producers of CBG in the country. Our size ensures that whatever we do, if we are going to push it, we will be at the top. We are the largest milk producer. We are the largest sugar producer. We are the largest now industrial alcohol producer. We are now the largest food grain producer. We are probably the second largest producer in vegetables and fruits. Very soon that also we are going to upgrade. And incidentally, in the area of food processing and other areas, we are also going to grow. So ultimately, the idea is to take UP to a level where we are growing at a nominal rate of at least 20%. you know already that India is now growing at 8.2%, but we need to do much better than that to ensure that we reach our 1 trillion target.
Okay. On that note, Awanish ji, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for inviting me.